welcome back to PCG Media's weekly roundup. This week, Ubisoft announced Assassin's Creed Unity, EA state they're taking a Batman Arkham approach to the new Star Wars games, Nvidia announced their Titan graphics card, the final Bioshock Infinite content is released, and Facebook buys Oculus VR. Ubisoft were forced to announce their latest Assassin's Creed game ahead of schedule after an anonymous source leaked screenshots to the media. The new game, called Assassin's Creed Unity, is set in Paris and looks to be taking place during the French Revolution, which chronologically puts it about 10 years after Assassin's Creed 3. It's believed that Unity is one of two games Ubisoft is currently working on in the series. Information is fairly limited at the moment, but it is known that the game is expected out late this year. We'll bring you more information as soon as we get it. EA have stated they want to take a page out of the Warner Bros. Book when it comes to making games around a well-known franchise such as Star Wars. The company has stated they hope to copy the success of the Batman Arkham series, where they take the core roots of the intellectual property and manifested it inside the walls of Gotham City, says EA CEO Andrew Wilson. He also stated that the company aims to capture the essence of the Star Wars universe instead of simply creating an interactive version of upcoming films. Warner Bros., he says, delivered an interactive experience that had real ties to what you could see in the films and what you had read in the comics, while having its own life which could provide such deep and immersive storylines. EA holds the license to exclusively produce Star Wars games for the next decade. The only game currently known about is the upcoming Star Wars Battlefront 3, but it is worth noting that EA owns BioWare, the makers of the Knights of the Old Republic series. Nvidia has unveiled their latest graphics card, the GTX Titan Z. If you're in desperate need of a supercomputer that you need to fit under your desk, we have just the card for you, says Nvidia CEO Jen Sun in a blog post announcing the card. The GTX Titan Z will feature 12GB of dedicated frame buffer memory, 2GB 110 chips, 5,760 processing cores, and is able to run both GPUs at the same time. And it's a bargain at only $2,999. Ouch. According to Nvidia, that hefty sum will pay for a system that runs cool and quiet rather than hot and loud, while offering performance that allows for next-generation 5K and multi-monitor gaming. If that's exactly what you're looking for in your next graphics card, start saving those pennies now. The third and final piece of downloadable content for Bioshock Infinite was released this week, marking the end of an era for Irrational Games. The company announced last month that they are shutting down, with all but 15 employees losing their jobs, while founder Ken Levine will be going on to create a smaller game studio. The DLC, Burial at Sea Episode 2, is the last thing Irrational Games worked on before the closure was announced. Burial at Sea Episode 2 allows players to play as Elizabeth for the first time, and continues almost immediately from the end of Episode 1. If you haven't played the first episode of Burial at Sea yet, we won't spoil it for you, but we will say you'll want to play the DLC in order, no skipping ahead. The future of the Bioshock games is currently uncertain, with Ken Levine stating he was handing the reins to 2K Games to focus on new projects. And finally, we move on to the really big story of the week, the one that made us all say, where did that come from? Facebook announced this week that it has finalised a deal to buy Oculus VR, the company behind, of course, the Oculus Rift, for approximately $2 billion. Mark Zuckerberg, founder and CEO of Facebook, wrote in a post on, take a guess, Facebook, stating, "Mobile is the platform of today, and now we're also getting ready for the platform of tomorrow. Oculus has the chance to create the most social platform ever and change the way we work, play and communicate." Oculus VR founder Palmer Luckey said, "The partnership accelerates our vision, allows us to execute on some of our most creative ideas and take risks that were otherwise impossible. Most importantly, it means a better Oculus Rift with fewer compromises, even faster than we anticipated." However, a lot of people aren't very happy with the sale. Supporters of the Oculus Rift Kickstarter campaign flocked to the page to state their unhappiness at the news, with many accusing Oculus VR of selling their soul to Facebook and betraying the ideology that inspired many to support the campaign. On the developer side of things, Notch, the creator of Minecraft, stated in a tweet, "We were in talks about maybe bringing a version of Minecraft to Oculus. I just cancelled that deal. Facebook creeps me out." However, Untold Games, makers of one of the most promising VR games, Loading Human, stated that they see Facebook's purchase of Oculus as proof that VR is going to be something huge. What are your thoughts on the sale? Let us know in the comments. That's it for this week, but if you're still looking for a PCG Media fix, check out our video reviews of Yaiba Ninja Gaiden Z, Deus Ex The Fall, Arma 3 Episode 3, and our preview of Warlock 2 The Exiled. See you next week.